The Origins of Life, Waves of Love, Part 6. So, when the wave's at this level, you can see how, because there's less weight in it, it can be much more looser and fall into any position almost. So there's such a variety of uses it's probably put it to. I mean, you know, there's like spherical objects, so or semi-spherical. You know, it doesn't have to be quite a perfect sphere, or like that kind of thing. Like, but the amount of like berries and seeds which are kind of like that. I mean, it's quite rare that you get round seeds or perfectly round seeds, but berries you do. You know, but a lot of it, because it's moving through air, it kind of creates this pattern. So it's kind of like it's got that directional drag to it, so it's kind of pulling. So it's it's taking its spherical shape away from it and stuff like. But when it's in balance and it's in, it does create that shape and stuff like. Um, so we've got like eyes, for example. I don't know if they're perfectly spherical and stuff like that kind of thing, but yeah, it's something it finds. So it puts a use to it. So we've got all these shapes. It finds uses in it all. It's just like identifying where it's put it to. So also the sand, which is like mixing in with it and stuff like. So like the color aspect to it all. There's the sand as well here. You see some water there. It's just slightly darker. It looks a little bit wet. So there's water in there. So the water which contains all that sand, it's kind of like it's part of it, isn't it? So there's lots of things in it, even the bubbles and stuff. It looks a bit drastic. It's kind of like, I kind of think a lot more of like internal organs and that kind of stuff. Also, like you see the texture there. I'll zoom in there. See, if it weren't bubbles, if it were flesh, what does it look like? I suppose it looked like markings or whatever and stuff, but it's not exactly what I'm going for. It looks like bone, doesn't it? So what I was going for is snails. I see the bead of water connected to the line of water. It's happened again. So like that bead of water, or like a ball of water, like we looked on the previous pictures in the first series, how like a bead of water on a leaf, and you got like that focal point. So our eyesight is developed from that. So you were looking at it here, and you can see how it connect. So it's going to connect to the snail, and then it's got this is where it's got its information from, basically. So shells. It's got a shape like that. That says wave. Obviously, we can see all the coil of it, and we can. It's quite obvious to depict it as a wave, isn't it? and the snail. So now, when I was talking about that texture before, so it's like it's bubbles. That's what its skin looks like. So can I just, no, I can't zoom into that one. Unless I do it with it like this. See, even the stem towards its eye, it's got like bubble texture on there as well. And so the lip of a wave. Let's see, this is a wave coming out. So that's the wave spinning, and this is a wave splashing out onto the shore. And then it'll go back in, because that's where it lives. So how that is like a micro of a macro. You know, the splash lines, the direction. See here again, that lined up with getting them fish. And then, you know, all the lines going this way for the power up wave. It's turning into tiger stripes. See, it goes round, and that's the other water, like on the shore. That's going to come like with an aerial view, so the waves coming over, and that's like on, like I say, on the shore, drawing back into the wave and becoming part of the turn again. You see the tail of it. It's repeated on other shells. See how it coils up? It all comes over. It's like hiding itself now because the waves covered in it. Like the sunlight going onto it, so you got your Fibonacci spiral. That's like the 3D version of it, rather than looking down the tunnel. So if you look through the top of it, or at the top of it, it'd look like it again. But to have the experience of it, it'd be to be the snail and actually go in it. Yeah, and you see the bubbly texture. And the wave comes out. The eye is coming up off it. Oh, you can't see it. The eye is all the texture, the lip at wave. And then you've got all the waves on here, which we covered on another video. So you got the waves there, and then the froth trailing behind, or more waves. So you can see them here. They look like they're going into distance. And then here it's more blurry. It's like the zoomed into image, so it's not like, you know, it's kind of like it, that's what it looks like. It's looked like they're zoomed in, but we didn't bother to carry on doing the detail. And again, all frothy kind of body texture. It's texture. The lines, the draw back in. So like the current that's just pulling it through and forward, or, you know, whichever direction. Your waves crashing. Nice sunlight catching onto it as well. I've got a picture of that later. It might not be on this video. See the waves crashing. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory now. I've kind of gone over it, kind of thing. It's here, not texture. It's not giant ones, you can see it better. Well, for texture. So the bubbles become their own segments. Now the lines are all there. Over here, the line's gonna stop. It's like it's come out and it's stopped, and then it's gonna slowly start to draw back in into the ocean. Obviously, we're looking wet as well. It's slimy in it, but you know, where did it learn that from? Helps keep it clean, doesn't it? Protect it and stuff. It's like your waves. You can't see it as well, you know what I mean? Because it's like different colours are faint and stuff, but it's still there. If you like look for it, you see that wave and that wave. We're all waves. So going back into shells, you have a roll of a wave, and it's this part, how it comes back in. So we've got that expression, which we've been talking about a few times, but like seeing it as the shell shape. You see the roll, you see all it curving round, you see it's making the teeth of the fingers, and then all this area, which is going to draw back in. It's got its scoop shape. So it's exactly the same as before, all about the same motion, you know, this is drawing it back in, all that kind of stuff. This time he's got teeth, and also it's got the lip kind of texture. And also pine cone points. See now, you see the wave coil. That's your wave. You see the lines that are coming there, which are going to like form in teeth. You can see the teeth that are there, and the lip shape. So all that draws back into the ocean whilst this is crashing over. Which is facilitating food and digestion and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? Teeth on it. The lines of ocean and stuff. It's all dragon power, isn't it? You know? And like I say, it's like a mouth in the mouth of the ocean. It's the same again, looking more mouthy and more oceany. You can see the S shape and everything, you know, the fleshy colour, the mouth-like shape, the wave coil. Another one. We got teeth coming out. Or pointing out. It looks proper like teeth, really, you know. I mean, like associating like water, kind of finding the information to reproduce it in like into a form which can have movement. It does have solidity. Um, you know, because like here, it, you can't hold it. It can make the shape, but you can't hold it. There's quite a few things here. Like depression of the water when all power comes and stuff, like it's quite shallow, but so you can't see much of a depression, but it's still there because it's pressing down onto the sand and then dragging it back up into the cloud. It just gets caught into it and then becomes part of a wave. You know, it kind of like, you know, it's clean there, but the next one should have that, you know, within it and stuff. So you got sand coming with it as well, which makes it like the tooth of a wave kind of more stronger in that kind of way. Also looks like fingers, like I say, like teeth, like the big part of it in that kind of sense. Have a cobra's heads and eagle's claws, and you've got an overlapping wave, which is like making multiple rows of teeth, like sharks have. More sand, more teeth and fingers coming out. It's all individual ones. And all sand as well. Golden colour and green colour that comes with it and stuff like. Kind of got mixed in. I downloaded all my pictures, but because I need to flip the images, it kind of mixed them up, so I needed to resort them all out and kind of organise them, which kind of categorised the book. Before, they were like this picture, then an animal picture, then another ocean picture, then another animal. You know, I mean, it was kind of like quite a good layout, but it's still fairly similar how I've done it. So I had to like mix and match a lot of things up and stuff, but well, I didn't really know where to put these, so I kind of put them in between. So, like, you know, with the shells and everything we've looked at, we can see like this same pattern, you know, what it's doing and stuff, kind of thing. Obviously, eating or claws or the head coming out and of a shape of the caterpillar and everything, really. It's like a water, it draws back. I mean, you know, it's down there, it's level. It's like, how high does it go? But it's good to study it, it's good to see it. Sometimes it can show too many animal pictures without showing you enough of the water. See, like for a fish's fin, the structure goes up, and then once it goes back down, there's no more power to create the structure. You know what I mean, or to continue creating a stronger structure. And so, like when it does create these kind of structures, it's just like the base of a tree there. You know what I mean? It knows that it can create a tower from that kind of point and stuff. In this case, more like a fish's fin. And again, you incorporate the lines, like I say, like a tree trunk. Or more of this side. Your waves like this, like on that fish. we'll see it from there, don't we? But more like the shrimps, how how it's got like a hinge at its hip area, and so like an hinge, So you got like a drag on wave, and I kind of think that's like part of it. Our bird's tail can go down for its position and stuff, kind of thing. There's lots of references to it and stuff like. So it's quite important. We'll see things. I think I've got things, more things coming up. Like a tooth or a beak. A light coming through and spray. Like tiger's claws or paws. Or humans, anything which has that kind of anatomy. And the colours. Oh, some of them look like wood. Right down here you can see some wood grain and stuff, kind of thing. So Lightbulb's waves, the S shape it shows. You got a bit of yin yang for your fish. S wave, extremity of the waves. So like we were looking from above and we're seeing that. And that's what it does to the coast. So we're seeing a similar pattern of these bits. So we've got the ridge of a wave, how it's falling over white, of froth. You can see the details of the feathers and stuff, kind of thing. They kind of contribute to it. You see, like around here, how it contributes to like the pattern of water, that the moving lines. And you got your tooth of your wave, which is coming out of it, where it breathes in, mixed in after all froth and all that kind of stuff. The lip of the wave, the roll of the wave. You can see like the lines. So if it were a more developed part of a wave, like if it had a tooth of a wave, it'd be like that, wouldn't it? But it's showing you a lip rather than the tooth and such. So it's rolled over and it's created a lip of froth, I'd say, kind of thing, which is incorporated as part of its wave area. So you see a wave where it's turned over, and that's what it is. I think its eyes as well, being the tunnel. As you've got the yellow for its beak as it mixes in with sand. That comes over, that draws it in. Froth and brown ocean water. So vultures, we have this. It's kind of like, it does that when we'll see the underwater pictures, when it rolls underwater and stuff, and then it'll come back, later once the waves come back, the water has to do it, don't they? It just has to flow in the way that it does and stuff, and I kind of think this is a lot of it. Especially how it moves forward, it's kind of like understanding how the wave works, kind of it explains how it moves properly, You see the spray from the ocean, the lip of the wave coming over, the wall of the wave, or tunnel, and or you got the beak, the tooth, and you see the lip there as well. So that's like the side, so that's like coming towards you. As an example, like crocodiles, if a crocodile for a crocodile to swing its face to the side to get its prey, like if you're stood at the side of it, it can still get you, can't it? You don't have to be stood directly in front of it. That side way of catching, that side snap is gonna, that's just like the wave coming onto you. It's no different from going forwards in a sense. In intents and purposes of the wave coming towards you. So this is much more like reminiscent of a human face, isn't it? So we spoke about like how the ocean is in spiritual terms of what water is and how it's connected to the emotions. So if this gorilla gets angry, you can see its brow furrow and become more like prominent. You can see its anger basically, you know what I mean? And the more it does so, the more lines appear and the more wave-like it looks. And so that, just its brow alone. So, behind its brow, because that's like the ridge of a wave, and you got the wall of a wave, which would be its eyes. Also the tunnel, but, so you can see the water lines there. This ends up being a wave as well. It's split down middle for your center line, so it's a mirror image. So that's a wave, and it's got its tunnel, and that's a wave, and it's got its tunnel. So the bridge of an O is like one wave, but it contains the mirror. So then we come to the lip of a wave, another wave. So that's got a lip there as well, around its heart shape. So like above the lip of its wave, it's got those groove lines, like showing the ocean moves. It's domed with its head. So like the hump of the ocean. And the colours as well, like silverbacks. Black, but with silver, So that silver-like reflection you get with the ocean. So your tiger, we spoke about that bit. You can see the line where it connects into the spine and stuff. So like your peaks and troughs, they're all flowing into the wave, which is 1, 2, because its back's a wave, isn't it? Its shoulders are a wave, its head's a wave, its brow, its nose, its jaw, its mouth and stuff, and then its paws as well, like into with retractable claws and stuff as well. The ocean doesn't have claws, does it? But it can be really dangerous. Like with its water weapons, which you can use to clean things or whatever. They're really powerful, aren't they? You know what I mean? So, to touch water, it's not dangerous, but in certain conditions, it will be. So retractable, it makes sense in that kind of way. We've also got each line of froth and a wall of a wave. So a wave, a wave, a wave. And in between each wave, you got all water splashing out in that time-lapse fashion, which we will be covering. Oh, wrong way. Nope, that's it for now. I've got another one for this. And then we'll continue with the rest of the series. So thank you for watching again, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.